Hi, my name is Lily and I'm a senior in college, and this video is a bit of a recap of what I've been working on the past semester in my weaving class. I'm taking weaving as an elective and I've really enjoyed it, and I wanted to document it, one, to remember, and two, to also share my experience weaving on a loom and leading up to my final project. So for my final project, I wanted to make a wall hanging tapestry type situation that I can hang in my room. Some themes I kept in mind during this project was spring colors and florals, maximalism, and a bit of Y2K. Honestly, I wanted to make a wall hanging that looked like something I would have wanted as a kid growing up in the early 2000s in the springtime. That's the general theme I had, I guess. So for this part, I'm gonna take two different colored ribbons and then the white fringe yarn, and I'm gonna use that for the next two threadle sequences. The top and bottom one with no highlighted space is what we're gonna use for that. And then I'm gonna wrap it around. So right now I'm gonna start here where it says 5, and then in the bottom, the threadle sequence, I'm going to step on the 5th one. So right here, push down. And then I'm just gonna weave it through. And then the next one says 6, so I'm gonna do the one right next to it, the 6th one, and I'm gonna go back this way with it. And then I'm gonna continue that for the next 2 lines. Then to tighten it, you have to step on this pedal right here, and you have to manually wind it to give actually no, this is to give yourself more room. And then over here is where you tighten it by. So then you have more room to press down and tighten. So for the next part, I'm going to be using 2 different types of yarn. So right now I'm going to use the first type, which is essentially the same as the ribbon that we were using. I just switched off. And then I'm going to go in with this yarn, which on this is the highlighted numbers. And then for the rest of the pattern, I'm just going to be alternating these 2 yarns. And then they will create like the flower print part of the tapestry. And then this is my sample weaving of a bunch of different types of leaves.
Let's get up close.
Up close. This is just experimental, and then down here it's more specific patterns. So I'm making an extra long friendship bracelet to act as the hanger. So I'm gonna cut the tapestry off the loom, and then I bought a wooden rod, and I'm gonna attach that to the wooden rod, and then I'm gonna attach this to the wooden rod, and this will act as like the hanger so I can hang it to a wall. So I just took it off and I added a bunch of fringe. So this is the final project. I'm very happy with how it turned out, especially as someone who's not an art major. I feel like this fits the vision I had of something I would have wanted in my childhood bedroom in the early 2000s. That was the goal, and I feel like I achieved it. Yay. A big shout out and thank you if you made it this far in the video. This is my first YouTube video, so apologies for the poor editing and if I say like and a lot. I also wanted to talk a little bit about the history of weaving and give some context as to like how I ended up in this position using like an old-fashioned loom. But I go to school in southern Massachusetts. I go to UMass Dartmouth, and that's located between New Bedford and Fall River, which are two cities that used to be pretty big in like the milling industry. So because UMass Dartmouth is between these two former large mill like textile producing cities that aren't like functioning anymore, the art school inherited a lot of the old looms. Weaving is also like extremely prevalent in Native American culture. Southern Massachusetts, it's where the Wampanoag tribe originally from. And I know in Martha's Vineyard, when I visited last summer, I saw the red clay cliffs on like the sacred Wampanoag land, and I'll include some clips because it's so interesting. It's so beautiful. Overall, I would recommend if you ever get the opportunity to use one. It was so much fun. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you learned something or enjoyed.